We're on. Okay, guys. Now we're talking about science. Let's minimize this out of the way. Get our screen to fit just right. Thank you. This is the science benchmark. Mumbling in the back of the classroom doesn't help us, Gabriel. Haha. Now you're in trouble in the video. It'll be there forever. What does help is if you raise your hand and tell me a question that was challenging for you. Of course, this is science. If you're a 4th grader and you're watching this, you're watching it more for fun. If you're a 5th grader, it's business, because you got to deal with this guy. So, what do you say, Jasmine?
13.
Question 13. I don't have one myself. Can you let me borrow theirs? Thanks, Melanie. Ah. Now, if you're watching this at home on the video right now, it would be very hard for me to draw this picture, so you really need your benchmark in front of you. If you don't have your benchmark in front of you, pause the video and take it out. Okay, now that you have it, hopefully, not just sitting there staring, you want to look at number 13, on page 13. When homemade ice cream is made, salt is added to the ice that surrounds the ice cream chamber. Okay, we're making ice cream. Picture. It has an ice cream chamber, and it has ice and salt that kind of surrounds the chamber. Okay, I see that. Those words are just describing the picture that we look at. I kind of get it. What does the question ask? The question asks, which property of salt is important when making ice cream? A, salt conducts electricity in water. B, salt dissolves in water. C, salt lowers the freezing point of water. Or D, salt adds flavor to the ice cream mixture. Not only can we make some guesses, but I happen to have this benchmark on my computer, so I can show you without a shadow of a doubt what the answer is. But first, some guesses. What do you guys suppose? Nathan?
C.
Got C. Who agrees with C? About 12 of you. Any disagreements? Zoe?
B.
Zoe thinks it's B. Who also thought B? Only about 5. Any disagreements? Kyle? Kyle thought it was A. Anybody also think it was A? Only 2 people, really? Anybody think it was D? So we're kind of all over the place with C being the most popular answer. Let's see what the correct answer is first, and then discuss why afterwards. Do you guys think it will be C because the most people pick C?
No. Maybe.
Let's find out. I have a finder. I have my science right here. And this is being recorded, so you'll be able to watch it just the same. I'll go to the back where all the answers live. Shh, I'm going to the back where the answers live. Number 13. You can see for yourself that it is. Let's discuss why. It all has to do with standard physical science, PS 1.1. So we'll look over at physical science 1.1. Oh, that red thing's still there. Go away, red thing. Physical science 1.1. Elements and their combinations account for all the varied types of matter. So this is all about matter mixing or combining. If you reread C, it'll say salt lowers the freezing point of water, which was the correct answer because salt and water are two different chemicals, you could say. Chemicals are everywhere. When you combine those chemicals, you come up with something brand new. In this case, eventually, ice cream. But the only reason that happens is because salt lowers the freezing point. In other words, water has a freezing point that's about this high. That means it has to get pretty cold before it'll freeze. But salt makes the freezing point go down, which means it takes less time for the water to freeze. The reason that's correct, we explained, is because the salt makes the water help create the ice cream. You wouldn't pick A because electricity has nothing to do with the situation. You wouldn't pick B, even though I can see why you might pick it, because salt dissolving in water doesn't help us make ice cream, does it?
No.
It doesn't matter. And D's kind of like, oh, it adds flavor.
No.
You don't eat ice cream because it's salty. You eat it because it's chocolatey or strawberry or vanilla-y. So maybe you got lucky. Maybe you noticed that C was the only one that made sense to you. But now you know that it has to be C because salt has the power to lower water's freezing temperature. Yes, Marcelo?
I knew the answer because last year I saw you guys making ice cream with Miss Yu when I was little.
And did she mention that
No.
that salt lowers the water's freezing point?
No.
Now you do. Hey,
Hey,
if
are we gonna make ice cream?
maybe if you weren't paying attention this whole video before I press stop, here you go. Salt lowers water's freezing point. Water is easier to freeze if you put
Salt and salt.
new fact learned. All right, guys.
Thank you.